Done.
Shall we start, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So, namaste, good evening, everyone. This is Ayushi Atri. Welcome everyone to this session, which is Evolution in International Business Trends, presented by ABCD International and Bhavar International Publication House. So, as I already said, my name is Ayushi Atri and I am a toxicologist, a clinical researcher, also a content writer, editor, author, and a part of ABCD International and Bhavar International Publication House. I am very grateful to this company and my CEO Akash sir for giving me this opportunity. Today, Dr. Nada and Manjusha ma'am will be your moderator for today's session, and I am serving as a ticking clock because we have today 8 speakers, and because of that, we have not so much time for every speaker. So I am here as a ticking clock. So I'm sorry for that, but I have to do this. So this session will be going on for 2 hours. So the first half take as Manjusha ma'am and second half is taken by the Nada ma'am. As we planned this summit for 3 days, today is our second day for this summit. Our first day session was very good. Many wonderful and great personality would talk about evolution as business and talk about the trends. I am very, very thankful for their very valuable time and thoughts. And I must say, I will surely do what they, guide us. So today, our speakers will be raise hand if they are present. Our first speaker is Dr. Huma Shah. Second is Mr. Avinash Pandit. Third is Adrian Daisley. Fourth one is Dr. Ashish Dikshit. And fifth is Shabina Sheikh, Sakshi Chaithani, and Veena Yadav, and Usha. On this very timely subject, evolution in international business trends, these speakers are talking today about the business trends. But before we get started, I want to take a few minutes of your time and give information about our company and our CEO, Akash Babar. So ABCD International Family is one of the best training consultancy who provides various training programs like Train the Trainers, Life Coach, certification, co-operate trainings, business coachings, and many more. As you all know, ABCD International Family already conducts 10 plus virtual international summits and 100 plus free webinars on various topics and 10 patches of their signature program known as Train the Trainer, and journey still continues. Bhavar International Publication is one of the fastest growing publication company in India who always focus on to create success stories of various authors, and they help to people to write, publish, and brand their own books. USP or Bhavar International Publication is that they published all the book in the world records, events, or in a grand offline events, or to create some logics and authors. Books become part of the world record. Bhavar International Publication published 50 plus books in just 8 months, and which is so commendable, and contributed 150 plus author success story, and still journey continues, and they are doing so great. And I would like to call Akash Bahabar to share a few words with us and talk about the business evolution trends. So Akash sir, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So today we have second day, and I hope yesterday we enjoyed lots of great speakers sessions, and today we have another around seven speakers from different countries. So please enjoy the sessions, learn from them, and implement. Implementation is important. In every summit, I always say, whenever you learn something, please implement in your life or even in your business. So whenever you implement, you will get result, and the मतलब summit का हमारा जो करने का reason है वो fulfill हो जाएगा. So please focus on implementation. So thank you, Ayushi ma'am, once again, and thank you all speakers and moderators. So please start, and over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. As we have already said that we have 7 to 8 speakers today, so we have running our clock. So I would like to call my moderators. Moderators, please serve your time and start the session. Over to you, moderators.
Thank you, Ayushi ma'am. Growth doesn't come with a single action. It is a sequence of persistence, courage, and hard work. With this quote, I, Manjusha Halgare, author of the book Raghav vs. Madhav, a soft skill trainer, and a founder of a women's club named Pehchan My Identity, and a brand ambassador of Bhabad International Publication, welcome you all. Today we have very dynamic speakers with us. So to introduce our first speaker, I invite Dr. Nada. Nada, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful co-moderator, the master of the ceremony.
Nada, you are in mute.
What?
Please unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted. I am unmuted. Unmuted. Do you hear me?
Yes, Nada, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay, so greetings from Croatia. I'm honored today to be here on this big summit. I want to welcome all esteemed speakers, also us moderators and all guests who are here around the world. So we are starting this big summit, and it's my honor to invite our first great honorable speaker, and she is an amazing person. She is Dr. Huma Shah. Dr. Huma Shah, Professor Dr. Huma Shah is a pathologist, assistant professor, global peace ambassador, managing director, co-founder of GCN, neurological researcher, international mental health trainer and consultant, global certified educationist, and transformational speaker. Professor Huma is a great lady. She is working a lot in her field of the psychology. She's working a lot for education, for humanity, for humanitarian work. She's a big social activist. She is a great personality. So welcome, Professor Dr. Huma Shah. Enlighten us with your speech.
Okay. Thank you so very much, first of all, Nada, for giving such a beautiful response and introduction. Thank you for giving me a mic. Okay, everyone. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from my side. This is Professor Dr. Huma Shah. And today we are going to discuss for the second day of evolution in international business trends. So I always prefer the solutions rather than talking on the system, strategies, and the principles. I go towards the solution. So let's discuss towards the very keen and important presentation. I'm going to describe and give you all the details in front of you all, and I just really hope that it will meet your desired expectations. So I'm going to share my screen. I hope that is this visible to all of you. Is this visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So evolution in international business trends. Let's start first of all. So as I said that I'm going to talk about the solutions because we need problem solvers in our universe, because in the future, the next generation will become the solvers rather than the predictors. So let's talk about the main points of today's presentation. We will discuss in upcoming 10 minutes, we will cover up business goals, the progress, international trends, and of course, what will be the next thing. So first of all, let's start about the principles of evolution, because first we have to understand that what is evolution, what we have to do with this, and how can we merge in business and in other developments. So the historical development of business and its processes of development up to now, it's actually called the evolution of business. The development of industry can be started through 5 stages as you can say handicraft, the age of guild, domestic system, industrial revolution, and present stage in which we are right now. International business development evolves through the normal processes of trade, foreign direct investment, capital flows, migration, and the advancement of technology in undeveloped nations. These are the basic bullet points, you can say. Now, the most important thing which has to be cycled and which has to be clocked in the universe for building the emerging and emerging business trends, is we have to understand and know firstly that what are the trends and what will be the business life cycle. The global trends are empowering the workplace, increasing productivity in the digital workplace, like smarter business, you can say digitalization, disruption, innovative like a service economy, and competing in the society. Now, after reading all these things, after knowing all these things, now this is a question that now, what is the business life cycle? And I just really hope that all the businessmen or women, the persons who are related with the business, they can also get the point of this, that the business life cycle is the progression of a business in phases over time. And it's mostly commonly divided into 5 stages. It's mean that whenever you're supposed to start the business, whenever you're supposed to do for any work, either you will be related to any field of doing any specialization, any business, any work, you have to be better and better with these 5 stages, which is how to launch, how to grow your business, how to shake out. It means how to do the good connection, collaboration with maturity, and yes, not to forget that how to decline, because everything has some positivity plus negativity. So we should have the balance to how to decline it and how to accept it for the smarter and the best trends of the business. Now, it's very, very important. It's really, really important to know about the biggest trends, 5 biggest global trends which we are facing nowadays. And it's what I am showing you right now in front of the screen is the actual, it's not imaginary, it's the actual hypothesis analysis, what I have just put it in just 5 blocks in front of you to summarize in the given frame. Focus on our environment, economic power shifts, growing divergence and polarization, shifting demographics, and social, cultural, and workplace shifts. And you can see that I have highlighted point number 5, which is social, cultural, and workplace shifts. It's mean that we are here. Mostly when we are talking about the Asia and Europe continent, we are at the level of 0.5, like we are doing business in socially, culturally, and workplace shifts manner. So this is very much important to know and to learn and to start implementation, that if you are suffering from all these 5 points, any one of the 5 points, so you must go towards the keen and important and the high standard points to do your business better and better with the good trends. Now, the point is very clear. Now it's time to learn about the progress and trend analysis. It will help you to understand that how to analyze this, how to do researches, and how to do for the betterment of business. So globalization creates new opportunities for businesses to obviously increase profits by expanding markets and by allowing wider access to resources. Obviously, if you don't have a good resource, as like if you don't have a good management, you won't be able to analyze or to maintain a good picture in front of anyone. On the other hand, globalization also opened domestic markets to new competitors, decreasing demands for local products. Because when we import somewhere from outside the country, it will give us some sort of deficits in our local products as well. But it only depends on the customers, on the clients. Participation in international business allows countries to take advantage of specialized expertise and abundant factors of production. What to deliver? To deliver goods and services in the international marketplace. And it will also go towards a good connection and collaboration. I repeat again and again that the connection, good collaboration plays an essential role in the field of every professional life. This has the benefit of increasing the variety of goods and services available in the marketplace. Because if you have a huge amount of goods and services, you will be able to sell them out. You will be able to progress them out in a low version, you can say margin or the profit. So understanding trend analysis, as I say, that plays a very, very essential role in emerging evolution. Now, most importantly, there are three main types of trends. We are talking about trend. What are the trends? What are the trends in business? Like we have very trends in every field of profession. But in business evolution, we have three types of trend, which is short, intermediate, and the long-term project. Short trends is like when you just started a business in a very short term, you don't have an import-export business, a good experience, you don't have a much command in it. Intermediate trends will give you the connection and the good collaboration between and among your nearby countries. And long-term means when you invest a lot and you will gain the profit a lot from it. Now, it's a time to understand the importance of factors. International business helps in strengthening the economic relations among the nations. These business helps other nations by exporting them goods of their requirements. As I said earlier before in the previous slide, this is what I mean to say. It helps in developing better mutual understanding among countries, due to which they are ready to support each other in the time of needs. That what we are doing actually, like we are from different countries, and whenever we need any sort of help or any sort of favor and support, so our nearby countries always support us in a form of a business, in a form of a good business. So six factors that affect international business: legal liabilities. Cross-country business have to deal with the local framework of two or more countries. You can take a couple of countries as well for this. For this, I would like to share you that what will the effects of these factors, like political factors, technological factors, economic factors, environmental factors, and of course, social factors, in which environmental and social factors are very much important. Now, to going towards end of my presentation and to recapitulating, this is a very important thing to be discussed and to declare in front of everyone, that how we reach to goal. What is our actual goal? As the founder of Bhagavad International, Mr. Akash ji said that implementation is very much important. And I always agree, and I will always go with this statement that without implementation, nothing will be reached out towards your goal. So I have made this some sort of graph for you so that you can easily understand that if you want to do something for your life, or a good business, or a good connection collaboration, which option will be the better tool for you. It's like social media. One more thing I would like to share this thing, that this all is the real based statistics. This is not an imaginary thing. These all are the researches and real imaginary statistics analysis. Social media is about 38.9%. Traditional media is about only 5.6%. On-site marketing is about 16.7%. Media events, 11.1%, and my favorite, collaboration is 27.8%. It's mean that I'm going to choose social media and collaboration with the beautiful mindset of the future business, or you can say the future goal to reach with the goal of evolution in the business trends. And yes, of course, to recapitulate, I would like to add some interesting point. First, why it's important to study international business. You know one thing, that this is itself a study to learn about business, to know about business, to teach business. It's not just only the word or to earn money from. No, it's a business, it's a study, international study. Gain an international perspective to be successful, work across international boundaries and culture, learn highly sought after transferable skills. Advanced skill knowledge, English language, graduate opportunities, post-study work, visa opportunities, and high quality education. These all are very, very important to learn about the good thing about business. And then we are able to involve the emerging trends like growing emerging markets, population, demographic shifts, speed of innovation, more informed buyers. One more thing, more informed buyer is very much important for being with the good and connected people. Increased business competition, of course, better economic growth and emergence of clean technology. So these are the very, very most important solution what I gave you today, just only because that having a good solution will bring up a good implementation. That's why my whole presentation was about the solutions rather than the brief description, statements, and so on. So thank you very much for listening and watching me. And first of all, and last but not the least, my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Akash Ji for inviting me over here. And I am feeling really honored to be a part of this platform. Thank you very much, and over to Nada.
Great, great, great. What an amazing start of the second day of evolution in international business trends. Professor Dr. Huma Shah, this was really insightful. It was amazing. I like the presentation. You gave us the points of the business goals, the progress, the international trends, and you talk about that, what is next. Really enjoy from the introduction, from the trends and cycle. Yes, what is the business life cycle? That is very important to us to know. And I like the part of the statistics where you show us the biggest global local trends. You focus on the environment, on the power shifts, on the polarization, on the demographic. Each one part you cover, because we are talking about the evolution in international business trends. As you said, you gave us the solutions. You gave us the solutions explaining the progress and trend analysis. That is very important, because today, if you don't understand that, we cannot talk about the business. And we need to know that business always help us to make the economic growth, to strengthen economic relations, as you said. And your great solution showing us the part of how to reach that goal. What is the main role of the social media, other media events, and collaboration. And yes, I need to say a big clap for you, because this was really today a wonderful presentation, wonderful speech, and a wonderful start. Our Professor Dr. Huma Shah, you are always brilliant.
Our next speaker is a very dynamic marketing specialist with over 22 years of professional experience in techno-commercial sales, executing market research, analyzing customer data, and running to drive successful business module and marketing campaigns. He is also a motivational speaker and social influencer. So let's welcome Mr. Avinash Pandit. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for calling me as the guest speaker for this event. I really inspired the Professor Dr. Huma Shah was given the aspect about the overall business evolutions, international business evolutions. The last day was so wonderful, and there are the many speakers who was given the each aspect, touched the each aspects of the business evolution and everything. I also thanks before starting my sessions to Akash Papat and all the core members who has given us this preference to me to speak with the audience, and the audience also support me to view and uh, give us that this is basically evolution. It is not an evolution between only the businesses. It's an evolution between the your thoughts and our thoughts. So basically, so what you think and what we think, it collaborates somewhere, and that collaborations make us to do the business. I feel that is the more and more ventures can be achieved as well as successful. So before going through the things of the collaboration, it's basically what's the business? Business is a style of individual working with each and every group in a specific goal objects. How you grow, how you do, how you maintain, that is the most important. And today's topic was the evolution of the business. What I believe and what I researched that till the date in the last my past experience. Now, the nine basic trend, which was already covered by the Professor Dr. Kumar Shah, and he has done the given the major aspects where she has told us the different collaboration, different the way to reach different solutions can be happen. Everything will be the possible till time how you are going to be handle this business, how the business is going to handle you. If we see that the business has to be in some specific purpose, and that purpose should be not what you produce or what you do. It should be why you are doing. So that is the most important aspect to do the business or the thought process. So if I look forward, if you have a why while doing the business, then definitely the long-term survival isn't the more easiest than the short-term survival. If I look forward in earlier era, the people you say ki, the pre-war and the post-war. Now the terminology has changed, pre-COVID and the post-COVID. The people are looking forward the way how you run, how you establish, and how you going to be in a future. So, so I like to have some major points, specifically nine major points or nine factors. What I believe, what I think, which can be the major factor, major base for the evolution of the new businesses, evolution of the current businesses. Eventually, it can be the trend of the new businesses in upcoming. I like to share my presentation here if the mentor is allowed, the participants and the core team is allowed to me. Then I like to have some presentations. I hope it is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible.
Is it visible to?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Trisha, ma'am. So if I look, sorry. So let's see the what is the evolution of the business trends. The evolution business trends basically I look give it that there are the major nine factors or the nine steps or the nine logics where the business are evolving nowadays. The first important and the most lively I so long run survival is the most important survival for the businesses. So the sustainability is the more important. Global warming, as we almost as everyone was aware, global warming is a major agenda. CO2 emulsion, carbon footprints will be the fun in upcoming days. So decarbonization will be the major business impact is going to be in all the business. Green definitely because of all these trends, green businesses is going to be have a major role in this. So for the green businesses, definitely the energy solutions are the more important. how to conserve the energies, how to reuse the energies, how to produce the energies is then the major factor for your any business what you are doing. If you are doing in the manufacturing, if you are doing in the trading, if you are in the any other kind of logics, definitely the energy solution is the most important. As I already said, energy solutions is going to be work on the global warming. So your businesses should be businesses. So any trend is going to be support for the global warming and the what you are currently living. So it's not a business for the any company. So in future, it should be the business for everyone. So the conservation and the controlling of the wastage is the most important factor and the part of our life. So overall, if I say, so there are the many already started a trend of all these solutions, warmings, wastage. We're right now using the biofuel, liquid nitrogen, nuclear fusions, green hydrocarbon agencies. You name it, are the many form of the energy solutions are available. There are the many form of conservations are available. So it helps to the business to grow and live for the long term and sustainable. So that is the most important what I will. It is the first priority of everyone to have an environment friendly businesses in the upcoming future. So next is basically the way of finance. Definitely, business cannot be run without the finance or with the finance. But definitely there are many things is going to be happen, which right now we are seeing in globally international. So the past where we say the people go you in bank used to work on the checkbooks, paychecks on everything. So right now the paper money is dissolving into the plastic. Plastic money is dissolving to the different kind of cloud money. So we can say the cloud funding wasn't the major aspect is going to come in this upcoming that will help. So there are many blockchain technologies available where the peer-to-peer funding will be the more attractive. As Huma once said, the collaboration and the integration, cooperation wasn't the more successful leading channels for the this whole business purpose. So that I believe that because of collaboration, funding from the outside, funding from the peers, funding from the your close partnership, cooperation will be the best suitable way of finance, and that will be the helpful for the acquisition of the each trend. So it is not an acquisition to cover up the any part. So acquisition towards the investment, acquisition towards the information, acquisitions towards the data analyzing, data information sharing. So these are the main trends, what are main factors which the aspect of the upcoming thought process. Next, definitely, if you have a sustainability, if you have a funds, but you don't have a good business model, you can't. So if you have, that is absolutely most important. So businesses right now, if you see, virtual is actual. So anyone you can say, "Okay, I'm working as in the virtual, but the people used to look forward virtual as in the actual way. So people don't want to meet personally, but definitely the people want to meet at the virtually to discuss to get an instance. So the virtual models are the more real models in upcoming days because the businesses gives the virtual model the speedability, flexibility, changes is the operation, changing the innovations is very easily possible compared to any other trend of the physical businesses. So, so if you see that the transformation is very easily available in this whole thought process because if you look, the Formula One has given a very good example. So in the COVID time, they produce on ventilators and starting and services to the different customers. Eventually, the subscription module is also the going to be the good, because where the customer centricity is the main part, I believe. So if I look forward, the selling apart from the one business, there are the different kind of models which I look forward. So if you look forward at the Netflix and Disney, so Disney used to produce a movie, but Netflix used to subscribe his, you can say, the where the customer can attach to the one of the person. The same with iPhone or Apple is going to be not for the sell. It is going to become as in the rental business, because they don't want to sell the iPhone. They want to sell their services like music, like and the software, like and everything. So these are the going to be in the trendy module. So the customer will be the gold for everyone, because if the customer, will be the goal, because customer is going to increase the visibility and the credibility. So the era is already started about the business model of increasing association with each other. So data is driving in a way of the passion. So if you look forward, the major companies like an Ola, Uber, Arabian, Amazon, what they have, they don't have and the manufacturing, they don't have the assets, but they have a data who are going to use their services, where they come from, how they are going to use. So these are the companies providing the platforms for the customers, and everyone customer is centric. So that will be the more and more effective module for the next upcoming year, which I believe. The next trend, yes, definitely, innovation is the part of life, and without that, we could not able to live right nowadays. With this innovation only, we are there. So automation is the most important factor where you can say the changes over the situation, changes over the business model, changes over the finance, changes over the anything, it can be automated. When the process and interference is the more important thought process, as that is most, the smart technology is going to be a major factor. If I say right now, there are the some countries where we used to, even the India, we used to the smart TV, smartphone. But I believe there will be the more smarter way of the more smarter way of living, where you go in the any or the shop or the shopping mall, where your face interaction collects your information, your trolley which carries your material, the product, that can be directly scanned. So it is no need to stand on the billing queue, no need to pay anything. So there will be the different smart approaches going to become in the upcoming days. So easy to switch is the most important factor in the innovation, because the people want to shift from the current trend to the easiest way, also the easiest way. And if it suits, then definitely they want to stuck over there, continue over there. But if it is not so, they also want to return back on the original location and start again the new businesses thought process. So switching and returning is the important factor. If I look forward further, world of technology, yes, what I say, digitalization is the part of the everything. Without digitalization, we are not here, and because of that, we are. Virtualization, absolutely, that is also the most important factor and main domain of the upcoming technologies. For example, right now I'm sitting at my office, and still we are talking of the each and every corner. So maybe the people are thinking all who was keep this screenshot, are they think that we are, there may be the chances there is no boardroom, but there are the work boardrooms are available where all the people are sitting at the one board and they are discussing and closing. The same way, if you are watching any movies or film right now, you could not able to manage the smell
Sorry,
of
sir, to
something.
interrupt you. You have left 5 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's only the last few slides.
Okay, okay.
And thank the team for the reminder. And after that, that is on the driving through the data is again the most important, so which the interference of AI technology, robotic technology, finding between the different 3D printings, problem solving are the most important. So global to local is again the is finding the nearest one is the most important criteria. And datafication use of data is again the main criteria of this, because data information is available. How how you how you use that is also the main important, because AI intelligence is the more balancing of this resource is the key factor, because you have everything, but if you could not be able to balance human and the robot, or the human and automation, you could not able to succeed. So the organization's structure should be in a such a way, it should be switched or it can be changed with time to time, with the time to train. It should be the process orientation. So rules resource should not be in a one way where you can say always AI is everywhere, and you should depend on the AI or you should depend on the human. So it should be something where you can have a balance between. And the last and important aspect, authentication, because everything is virtual. We say virtual is real, but absolutely it required an authentication. It's a real. So the earlier used to old companies used to say we will not be our data at social media, but right now the Facebook social media is the real face of the business, real face of customer. So I should be, if you are not on the Facebook, you don't have a face. So authentication should be from the all the way from the company level, where the people can access you. People can realize ki you are a human, you are the transparent, you are the grow locally and stay locally. That is also the one concept where you can say ki you are with me, I am with you. So that is the concept where the personal emotions are more likely to be attached over there. So the apart from the virtual, the real emotions, honesty, real reliability, empathy, humanity are the more
Uh,
authentic way to
Sir,
realize.
please,
So,
conclusion. Can we have a
so
conclusion?
that is the conclusion on the way where we say "Okay, this is the ninth step. What I believe, where I say myself, I already given you the introduction. Again, the thank you for joining me today. Thanks a lot for this. Thank you. Thank you for the Akash. Thank you, Manda ma'am and Riti, for their warm welcome, because virtual doesn't understand what is the things are going and we are the flow. But thank you giving me the opportunity again, ABCD International and Babar Publications for this business event to speak me. Thanks a lot and wish you all the success too for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You have given a great message of innovation, change, etc. So once again, thank you for your valuable words. Now moving ahead, I again invite Dr. Nada to introduce our next speaker. Over to you, Nada.
Yes, thank you. After a great speech of Sir Air Pandit, we are going to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Adrian Daisley. He is a honorable ambassador. Dr. Adrian Daisley, special envoy and permanent representative of African Union Youth Assembly in the European Union, country director in Barbados at the World Peace Climate Change Diplomatic Organization. He's a global affairs advisor of the World Culture Arts Society of Singapore, state representative of youth development and relations at the Birland State to the Barbados. He received the World Peace Award by the World Peace Track Sweden. He received the Lifetime Global Media Award from the Global Education Professional Excellence Academy, Portugal. He holds a master's in organizational behavior. He is a doctor of philosophy in human resources from the Commonwealth Open University. This is really amazing bio. We see that our great Dr. Adrian Daisley is present worldwide. Welcome, Dr. Adrian Daisley. Enlighten us with your speech.
Thank you so very much. All protocols observed. Let me commence by thanking Mr. Akash Baghdad, International Publication, for the invitation to the International Summit themed Evolution in Business Trends on behalf of the African Union Youth Assembly and the World Peace Climate Change Diplomatic Organization. I say thank you. This talk seeks to identify the role of leadership, interpersonal skills, and communication in the furtherance of SDGs in the workplace. There is a global move taking place in youth development trends, and due to the pandemic, professionals and persons, we can see a major move of organizations to prioritizing the empowerment of young people. From a mental health perspective and drivers of the SDGs and community corporate empowerment, let us examine what youth leadership offers to the SDGs and organizations and its impact on critical systems, developmental and communicational. Today, 1.8 billion people are between the ages of 10 and 24, and most of them live in developing countries. Youth are an important source of positive change in the world. Many current leading global initiatives of community development is being pushed by youth among us. I think of leaders such as Ms. Ashley Lashley of the Ashley Lashley Foundation here in Barbados, who is leading the cause of climate and health in the youth development. Also, young Maria Marshall, who is just a young teen, gained an audience with Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley. Mr. Tahir Babula, leading in sports and development. Miss Cambridge, the Honorable Monique Lynch, who is leading the way in Jamaica as youth leader focused on diplomacy and health. And that's just the name of it. 40% of the world's population are youth. And so the need for knowledge sharing between generations in the organizational context is the only way forward. Therefore, involving our young people in organizational leadership and the implementation of SDGs offers opportunities for both them to contribute and to make a difference in shaping the organizational culture, benefiting both young people and organizations in which they are involved. However, there are a number of barriers in which I seek to identify so that we can move ahead effectively. As we meet today, millions of people have taken to social media, and they're all young people, the streets and platforms to show concern for issues facing the generation. COVID-19 pandemic has given voice to a healthy, disrupted youth engagement. During the pandemic, it was discovered that many of the digital needs to navigate the crisis was in the hands of our youth. The skills that were necessary to shed light on what it was really like to be affected by working from home was done by youth, shedding light on the role as a great resource, but more than a resource, a change maker, our youth. The context and modes of leadership are rapidly changing, and this calls for not just tapping the potential of young people for response and promotion, but also systems structuring that supports youth engagement and at a policy level. There's no way that an individual can effectively navigate working space without knowing how to listen, interpret, understand, and act on communication. And that being said, I move into my presentation on the importance of interpersonal skills as it relates to helping young people be empowered to speak to issues within the context. Interpersonal leadership skills are of great importance, and it offers some benefits. I wish to highlight at least 6. With interpersonal leadership skills, you'll be able to formulate read effective communication leadership strategies. You would also be able to develop capabilities needed to increase your team's cross cultural capacity, which is very important when you're working across teams. It will help you decrease employee turnover due to misunderstanding and generational divide adding to team spirit. It will help you identify and improve your organizational cultural expression. And you would also develop communication skills, master the art of negotiation, influence, and conflict management. You'll become more confident as a leader and find new ways of influencing the teams that you lead. Sustainable Development Goals, which were ratified in 2015 by 193 member states, comprise of the UN General Assembly, which represents the largest global effort to address a large myriad of issues and challenges facing us as a world. The new Agenda for Action comprises 17 ambitious goals, 169 targets, and over 300 indicators that address ecological, social, economic issues, the protection of human rights, the importance of partnership, all of which were developed through a worldwide participatory process. Global leaders are very much focused on a resource that is of great importance to the contribution of the SDGs, our youth. Youth involvement can be a great source to the development because our youth are tapped into a strategic demographic. They have the examples of the past generation and can see areas of disparity. They are developed in effective engagement in the population and therefore have a great impact in communicating with their generation as well as our generation. So why not empower our young people? Why not put power in their hands with communication oversight, of course, leadership oversight as well? Making decisions for young people does not come easy because very often they're not given the opportunity to make decisions. And so I purport today that we look at understanding that today's world population is predominantly young. Africa in particular will have more than 1 billion young people by 2035. And these statistics make young people key stakeholders in sustainable development and pushing policies within the context of organizations as well as globally. The African Union Youth Assembly is a powerful intercontinental white African Parliamentary General Assembly, which operates as a youth government street body in Africa. We operate under a powerful continental youth government with 54 African countries as our permanent signatories to the Youth Charter, 54 president elected from each country within the continent. SDGs are a universal action plan for global cooperation across the world. Speaking from 2015 to 2030, a quick review of some important events will help us to have a better perspective on what it means to empower our young people. The role of youth as drivers in sustainable development means that we as organizations can benefit and their programs as well. Young people can benefit when we empower them. I would, however, suggest that it is important that we seek to create programs that are developed in partnership with our youth. It is more effective if our youth are involved in the change process, if they're not just flies on the wall or observers, but they're actually willing participants. Discussions must be had, adopted to be that our youth become a great part of the everyday decision-making policy advisors within our countries. In addition, empowering youth to identify and respond to community needs helps them to become empathetic, which is very, very important. Reflective individuals adding to corporate social responsibility and community social responsibility. Meaningful youth engagement views our youth as equal partners with adult decision makers. I am an adult. I have two beautiful children. I'm very interested to see what our leaders are going to do to empower our young people because the trends are moving away from the older generation and towards our youth generation. So we need to get in on the ground floor of empowering our young people, developing programs and activities that are developed by youth for youth. I think we also have to consider the cultural context as well, because I know in some countries, youth are not as empowered as they could be. But we are going to work towards making this a thing of the past. Recent decades have witnessed significant advances in terms of human development, but deep challenges remain. Progress has been uneven. We see many young people across the globe still experiencing interlocked forms of discrimination, limited political inclusion, and high levels of poverty, limited access to health systems, education opportunities for women and girls, and sometimes real severe lack of support for our women. I believe that if we are going to make a difference, we need our youth and we need our women to be empowered in the workplace and also empowered in our community. Governance structures have to revisit how they do business, how they conduct policy. Are they taking into account young ladies in India who are given to child marriage before they can have a say? Are we taking into account water scarcity and what it's going to mean for our economy? Are we taking into account the fact that young people, our greatest resource, still feel unheard, still feel unsupported, still feel as though they have no voice? Never before have we seen so many young people being involved in movements for change worldwide. This means that as they take to the streets and to social media, we have to take the role of supporting and lifting them, empowering them, and letting them know that having a voice makes a difference. One single silent voice, quiet voice in a community can make a difference. If you are watching this
Sir, sorry to interrupt
presentation,
you. You have left 2 minutes.
yes, thank you. If you are watching this presentation, I would like to invite you to understand that it doesn't matter how young you are, it doesn't matter what social economic situation you have, you can do great things if you partner with the right people to make a difference in our society. I'm the Honorable Dr. Idris. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you, respected Dr. Daisley. Really very insightful speech. I want to say that there is no part that you didn't touch, starting from all 17 SDGs. I mean that you start because from your amazing CV, we see that you are in each one.
Someone is muted. I'm sorry, you were muted. Yeah.
Yes, now I'm okay. I want to say that this speech need to be really shared, to heard, because really the voices need to be heard. People are only talking, not doing the actions. We need to empower the woman. I was before a few days on the Independent Day of Nigeria, also on one conference, a speaker. The situation is not good worldwide. So many no justice, so many violence under the woman, and etc. I lost my head. Don't know what happened with my camera. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, because for our youth, for the bright future of the youth. As you said, achieving the 17 SDGs till 2030, I think it is a big problem, but each of us need to make actions, not only to talk. Thank you. Now over to you, Manusha, please.
Yes, sir. Our next speaker will be Ashish Dikshit, sir, but I think he has not joined yet. So, Nada,
I've joined. Hello. Dr. Manjusha, I'm there. I'm already a part of.
He's here.
I'm already there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, Dr. Ashish Dikshit, sir, he is a doctorate in human resource, master's in business administration, and dean academics with Podar Group of Institution, Jaipur. He has 22 years of corporate experience and 10 years of academic research and teaching. He has been associated with Vice President with Bonanza Portfolio Limited. So once again, I welcome you, sir. And now the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This is Dr. Ashish Dikshit. As you have already said, I am presently working as a Dean at Academics with the PODA group of institutions, and I have got a work experience of 22 years. The topic evolution on international business and the trends like. I would like to say that as and when the economy is affected, the economy is affected in the domestic market, like when we had the COVID, the pandemic times, the economy was badly affected and the pace of growth of the economy was very slow at home. So people had to look forward to, the business community had to look forward to setting up internationally to sustain your business and to remain profitable. I can very well say that that was the time when the times were really hard. Economy was shattered in the domestic market and in the global market even. So that was a time when people wanted to sustain their business and they had to look for alternative options of moving in the international market so that they can remain profitable. But moving into the international market, into the international arena, they had to have a knowledge about the foreign markets. You must be aware that the major trends, what are the major trends in the international business, so that you can take advantage of those trends that might favor your company. See, definitely if you want to put your foot forward into the global market, you need to be aware of the best trend so that you should not lose your money and your business should not be affected. So in the international market, if you really want to, you need to evolve, and you can take advantage of the changing environment by creating your own niche market globally. So that needs a lot of, knowledge sharing. You need to be aware of the trends, the current scenario, what are the international laws, how should your product be, it has to be modified so that it can cater to the global customers. So what happened was, in the international market evolved, these companies, they need to evolve, and you can take advantage of the changing environment to create your own niche. The Western companies, they will see the increased competition as more and more people, business community, enter the international market. As the companies based in the developing markets, they often have the lower labor costs. The labor costs are quite low, so definitely they can survive better. But in the Western market, the competition is very tough, and it's very challenging for the Western firms to keep ahead with faster and more effective innovation, as well as a high degree of automation. See, the Western market, they definitely feel that those businesses which are trying to enter globally, they are having a very low labor cost. So definitely the competition will be tough because their products will not be very competitive. They will have a lower costing. So they will have to, Western companies have to go into automation. That way they can survive, they can be ahead of these businesses which are trying to enter the global market. Understanding now what are the various trends that need to be followed, that need to be adopted so that you can survive the business, the international business. First of all, you should be aware of the languages and the cultures. The languages, the international languages, the culture. What happens is the culture, the part in the Western, the Western countries, they have got more or less common. But when it comes to the differences, the East, the Africa, and the Middle East, there the culture is very much different. So what you need to do is, like, I would like to quote an example, like the red color, which is a sign of danger for most of the countries. But in China, that is supposed to be a very good luck sign. So definitely when you think of advertisement, you need to know what color combination you choose in the various countries so that you can survive, you can very well portray your products in the international arena. Languages, you need to be aware of the languages, or you need to have somebody in your team who is well aware of the foreign languages, and he can definitely be of great help while you are trying to plan your advertisement campaigns. So to cater to the international market, you need to be aware of the culture, of the languages, which is very much important. Next comes the legal landscape. Whenever you're moving into the international market, you need to evolve. You need to understand what are the tax laws, what are the many laws which you need to comply with. The compliance of these laws is very much important. Why? Because if you do not comply, you cannot enter the international arena. So running an online store, or if you have got a large multinational corporation, everybody has to comply with the international laws, the tax laws, and the various laws of those particular countries where you want to diversify. Next trend is the communication and the technology part of it. If you are running different technological systems in different parts of your company, you might be facing a challenge to synchronize them and enhance the communication within the company. This can lead to a decline in efficiency and even hurt the scales and profitability of the company. So this is another trend which you need to cater to, which you need to have in mind while you are entering the international market. Next comes your environmental conservation. See, there are very important laws like the green laws. Most of the earth, the world takes a keen interest in conserving the environment and reversing the effects of global warming. Your impact on the environment is therefore something you should consider no matter whether in the world you go to. So you have to keep those green laws, those environmental conservation laws very much in mind while you are entering the international market. This is a very important evolutionary trend which you need to cater to. Different countries will generally have different rules surrounding such issues like energy consumptions, recycling, and green revolution, green packaging, all of which you must incorporate into your business operations in these countries. If you're planning to opening up branches in any of these countries, you should undertake careful planning and the design and construction of your buildings so as to create an environmental friendly office. This is another important trend of evolution which you need to keep in mind. Product differentiation. The domestic products, as you know, might have a limited structure or a limited options of the local consumers. But when you're trying to diversify, when you're trying to showcase your products into the international market, you need to have some sort of a differentiation. Your products should be modified in a manner so that they cater to the international market. Product differentiation helps companies develop different product lines to differentiate the customers to different customers. See, if you are entering into different countries, you need to cater to the requirements of various customers, various different customers. Foreign markets often many opportunities, but consumers do not usually have the same need as they do in the domestic market. See, the needs of the people vary globally. So the trends before developing a product that will appeal to the consumers within it, we need to follow those trends of product differentiation, of catering to the global market, of the global customers when we are entering those markets. For a single product, an international company may develop several different lines with different features to help in marketing efforts. So product differentiation is another important trend that one need to keep in mind while entering the global arena. Next, we can have the market customization. Not only most products be customized, but marketing plans themselves must be customized for foreign markets. See, the market plan entirely you have to cater to a particular market. You need to have those things which are much more appealing to the customers of that market. Foreign markets, environments provide different meanings, expectations, and connotations than the domestic market. So advertising cannot simply be moved from one nation to another. See, you need to have a different campaign for a different country. International companies often have separate marketing branches in each market with employees hired from the local markets to create meaningful messages that connect with their audience and to avoid embarrassing mistakes. See, the local market, you need to hire the people from that country so that they can help you in planning your advertising campaign so that, like in China, the red color is very much a sign of luck. So you need to advertise on those lines. You need to incorporate the red color in your advertising campaign. I would like to say that in the domestic market, once our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he wanted the people to take up entrepreneurship. He wanted to take up startups, and he launched this campaign known as the Startup India Movement in 2016, January 16. The purpose of this campaign, again, if we correlate, was to evolve such products, and the people should cater to the domestic as well as the international market. Here, Sri Narendra Modi ji, what he did was, he wanted the youth to come forward with their ideas so that they can be helped out through incubation centers, and their ideas could be put into action, and the startup companies could be initiated. A startup company, as we all know, is a new venture developing innovatively, catering to the idea of a certain
Sir,
person.
sorry to interrupt you. You have left only 2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes, ma'am?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So these startups, as we all know, we have got unicorns even, which are those companies which have entered the global market, and they have got a market value of $1 billion. They are known as the unicorn companies, and we have got 107 unicorn companies as of date. 2022 alone, we had 20 unicorn companies from our country. So definitely the markets have evolved very much, and the businesses have taken a very strong stand in the global market. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Wonderful insights, sirs. And I think our listeners will be implementing what you have shared here. Once again, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was so
Now
nice.
Okay, once again, thank you, sir. So to introduce our next speaker, I again invite Dr. Nada.
Thank you. Thank you, Manusha. Thank you. Now it's the time to call our next speaker, and it is Dr. Shabina Shaikh. Dr. Shabina Shaikh is a professional banker with 14 years of rich experience in lending sector. She's also a social activist. She's working in the field of education and women empowerment, a segment specially for underprivileged people. She's a motivational speaker and influencer. She won a lot of awards and recognitions. Awarded as a National Amol Rafan Excellency Award 2022, received Best Customer-Centric Award of the Year 2021, honored as a Pride of India, a Pride Crown holder and title winner of Perfect Woman 2021 by Perfect Woman Lifestyle Magazine, recognized as an Innovative Leader of the Year in Finance by L&D Transformance Forum, Best Woman Influencer Personality by India Frame Awards, awarded as Best Personality Development Coach for Underprivileged People. So it is really an honor to hear this amazing woman. Welcome. Welcome, Dr. Shabina. I really enjoy reading this bio. This is really amazing for a woman.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction, Nada ma'am. It was lovely hearing all the speakers up till now. I would like to thank the ABCD International and Babard publication for giving me a forum to speak here on a topic of evaluation and business
camera on,
trends.
please.
Your camera is on already. I'm there on my system, so everybody can see me here.
We don't see you, we see your photo only.
Okay.
See you in the
So
gallery.
I'm using my system here. I'm just waving. Can anybody see me here? Hi.
We hear you.
No,
we hear you.
No issue, ma'am. If you are not visible, just be on a camera is not working. It's not an issue. You can just start your presentation.
No, actually, I have my camera on and on my system, whereas the mobile speaker is on because there's some problem in audio connection and on the system.
Okay.
So hence, like I have connected with two
Now,
numbers
now,
here.
yeah,
We
now,
see
now, you are
you
visible.
now. Great. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I hope I'm visible to everybody.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So just starting with as it's the second day of this particular event, and we are discussing everything based on business trends. So we had a lot of conversations over it. Would just like to start here. Basis of this international business trends, I would like to have some lights as on banking and finance sector of Indian market. So with starting from business, a business, what is a business? A business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity engaged in any kind of commercial, industrial, or professional activities. So business can be profitable, can be non-profitable, depends upon the organization, business type, and company constitutions. International business refers to the trade of goods, services, technology, capital, and knowledge across the national borders and at a global or transactional scale. It involves cross-border transactions of goods and services between two or more countries. So here, if you're speaking about the e-commerce industry, this is one of the largest industry in this era in which we all have noticed the transactions or digital mode, which is quite feasible across all the countries. However, the other models are also still on, and we all are aware of it. For any business, it's important to know the culture and need of the consumer. The target audience is very important in order to scale any kind of business. So if you'll see MSME market in India, post registration of GST or post pandemic, the registered MSME count was quite low. However, if you'll just say the MSME registration started in India in 2007. However, if you'll say by 2018, 19, the figures were hardly ranging between 10 to 14 lakhs. But in case if we'll see in the year of 21, it increased to 57 lakhs, and in the year of 22, it is approximately 83 lakhs as on date, or as on September 2022. And this figures or the numbers which I'm giving right now in front of you, it is only for registered MSME segment. However, in India, the unregistered or the unorganized MSME segment is uncountable. So you cannot say like what is the exact count of MSME. So your financial market in any country or any economy is very important. So here, as I said, we are speaking about BFSI, that's banking, finance, industry, how it works. For any segment or any business, the lending banks and MSME markets or any institutions are helping these MSME segments. There are a lot of schemes and a lot of facilities is available right now in the country for any MSME business or any business to grow. The artificial intelligence, AI, and automation has taken charge in last 2 years post-pandemic era. The machine learning is very, very important. And as we just spoke about, the digitalization has a lot of importance in the segment of business or in any of the business or our daily routine as well. So it saves a lot of time. It has given us global presence. Even while sitting at one place, you can trade or you can do business. You can even go for any kind of lending, or you can inquire. You know what is available at your doorstep. The awareness is very important. It is as good as low cost with high efficiency. So this is something which is being, it's a transformation for Indian market. We do have a lot of challenges as well here. The challenges is, as per Indian market, everybody is aware that digitalization was not that easy. What we were thinking that in the digitalization between 2022 and 2025, due to pandemic, it has been, drastically, we have reached to that number, which we were expecting in next 5 years. So that has been possible post digitalization within a year itself. And the people are trusting this. People are taking the advantage. They are aware of it and making most use of it. The challenges here is still there are countries, there are people, there are cities and states, especially in India, if you say tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities, there are large scale which are still not making full use of these digital platforms. The keynote to succeed in any business here is, as I said, finance, lending. So we also need to understand our requirements. What is the requirement in MSME segment for lending? We have different types of debt available, but then we need to identify what is the difference between good debt and bad debt in the industry. For any businessman to start the business or to scale the business, if they want to avail a kind of a loan or finance which is available in the market, what kind of loans they should look into, what kind of lending facilities they should have or available in the market. So first is any debt which has the potential to increase the net worth of any organization, any businessman, or any company. That's called a good debt. Good debt here, it includes like a business loan, which you can avail from a respective or from a known institutional organization, which is governed by RBI, say banks or non-banking financial corporation, which can help you making money for your business. Then again, we have a commercial property or a real estate property, which is again giving you some kind of incremental money here. Then debt consolidation is again very, very important to know what it is. Debt consolidation is where you compile all your high interest loans or a credit card loan in a low interest loan so that you end up paying less interest and you can make use of that money in a proper manner to increase your business. What is bad debt? Bad debt is the borrowing of for any kind of depreciating asset, for any asset which you are using just for yourself, which is not giving you any money. It is going to have it is going to be counted in your liabilities, or it is for the purpose of your own consumption. So for example, if you're taking any kind of vehicle loan or any credit card or any high debt loan or a PD loan, just to have purpose of consumption for few days, which is not helping you to increase your business or scale your business, that's a liability to you and that's a bad debt. So we need to understand, or any of the businessman need to have that understanding in both kind of debts which is there in the market. Even government has started, there are different kind of term loans which is available for to start the business, to run the business, and the priority sector lending. The priority sector lending is the role exercised by the RBI to banks. So this is basically for all these sectors to provide a loan at low interest rate. And this is for poorer sector, basically for a weaker section, to boost their credibility, to help them promoting entrepreneurship in India. So here, friends, in the banking industry, again, we have moved a lot. Here we are making use of those mobile banking, mobile net banking facility. Then we are aware of different kind of lendings, facilities in banking sector, and to promote our business, goods, services. In manufacturing industry, there are invoice facility available, invoice funding. Then we have what you say, working capital loans are available. So that was about the lending sector. So this was about what is there in the Indian market and how we can contribute to scale up the business so that even domestic market can approach the global market to scale up the business. So that was my points for the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. A woman with knowledge, a woman who is really in the business, in international business, talking about the finance and also talking about the high-end technology. Because today, without artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and other like blockchain in the banking and finance, and that is we cannot think about the business without using this also for protecting our data and also for getting our development. Thank you very much. Now, Manusha, please, could you invite our next speaker?
Thank you, Nada. We have one more very eminent personality with us. She is the founder of Mind Dynamic, a digital learning solution company, and acts as a business consultant for Indian and international brands. She is actively working towards helping business owners boost their businesses and create a digital business ecosystem for them to integrate their business system at large. She is none other than Miss Sakshi Chautani. So let's welcome Sakshi ma'am, and over to you, ma'am. Sakshi ma'am.
I think Sakshi ma'am is not there. Please introduce Dr. Usha Rajgopalan ma'am.
Okay. So Dr. Usha Rajgopalan ma'am, she is the founder and CEO of Aura Global. Usha marks to be a transformation leadership coach in Lucknow. She has a significant experience in teaching, research, and training. I welcome you, ma'am. And now the floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I'm very happy to see you all here. Let me have the sharing rights to share my screen. Yeah, I think it's on.
Yes, you can share,
Yes.
Dr. Usha.
Sure. So are you able to see this?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
No. Mr. Usha,
Yeah.
I think that we didn't see nothing. We see only you. Maybe network issues or something, so you cannot share then. Dr. Usha. Dr. Usha is frozen. I think that problem with the internet. No, okay, great. Great.
Yeah, sharing.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be. It is sharing.
It's now paused. It's coming and going, right? It's on and off.
It comes,
Okay.
but
Let me share it again.
Again, yes, please.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
yes.
Now this is fine. I'm just going to go with it, or else then we will all be searching for the one
Dr.
another.
Usha,
Yeah?
Dr. Usha, can you please try to put a full screen if you can?
Full screen. See, if trying to do that, we will just.
No.
Yeah, done. Right? No, it's fine.
No, we don't see.
No.
Okay, if you can't, you can go through this.
see, it gets paused. So, okay. That's why I didn't do that.
No, if you can't, you just go through the presentation, no problem. Now we can see a whole screen. Yes.
Okay, done. So, a very good evening to all, and yeah. So even before starting about the international business, I would like to go through these 4 logos, and we are all very aware of all the 4 companies. If I have to take Walmart, so what has this company has done is, we all know that it gives the cheapest products and it gives varied products in its market. So what it has done is, if you have to say what has Walmart done is, it has done like, one of the strategies is go with cost leadership. The next is collaborate with other companies and acquire them. That was their strategy to enter into the market entry into their own country and that of others. Take an example of Apple. What it has done is, it has got a unique strategy, and somebody was also quoted on differentiation. And their product differentiation is exactly what Sir has mentioned, is to give innovative products to high-end customers and target them and give them and satisfy with a high-end product, which is very innovative, and none of the others have given that. Coming to a product called Lakme, it is an Indian product. I have taken 2 foreign companies and 2 Indian-based companies. So what about Lakme is, Lakme has got, we might not know that it has got 300 products around 70 countries. And what it has done is, over 10 years before, what would have been Lakme is, like many years before, Lakme was the #1. And before 10 years, if you remember Garnier, if you remember all the other shampoo leading, Sunshine, Chic, Pantene, when it came in, Lakme dropped with even its cosmetic products. What is the reason? Because number of other products came in. Now we have MAC in India. In every store we have all the international brands we have in India. So what is Lakme did is, it started concentrating on the customer's point of view. It started concentrating on the specific aspects of Indian customers. And what it does is, it brought in a product called 9 to 5, targeting the Indian women who are working. So that was a strategy which Lakme used to target the domestic market. And what about this High Design? Has anybody seen High Design in the airports? It is all prevailed in all the airports. It's so famous in the airports, but you know where it comes from. It comes from down south, called a place called Pondicherry, and the manufacturing unit is in Pondicherry. And the tannery things comes from Tamil Nadu. So it is such a company, and I was actually spellbound to see that it is a company which is coming from such a place. But what has happened to this company during pandemic is, it also got hit and a lot of loss took place. So now what they're doing is, they went into e-commerce section, and now they're joining hands with Amazon to come up with some of their products online. And also they are joining hands with the companies in the east side called Sri Lanka and that of Nepal, to bring in more of store collections in Nepal and Sri Lanka. So why we talk about Apple or Walmart or High Design or Lakme is, we need to understand why they have taken such steps, why such developments have taken place. The answers are strategic imperatives. Each one has got different strategy. Each one has got their own product. As somebody else mentioned, you need to understand your product, the market, the domestic, and that of the international, say the culture, the language, everything has to be understood, and a strategy has to be found out. Then the environmental changes. Then we have the information communication technology tools, which has to be used to go into the international arena. Then would be the free borders with the liberalization rules and regulations. We have a lot many opportunities to get into the international market. Then we have the increased global competition. Then saturation of the domestic market. Of course, when the domestic market gets hit, you try to enter into the international market, or the vice versa. So the low cost labor is also one other point. Then increased demand, and you have diversification. Every company has got a number of product ranges and product lines, which leads them to get into the other markets also. And there comes the other point as expansion of technology. Yes, technology plays a very important role. But how do we enter into these arena? as there are many ways which we can enter this. One is exporting, you have direct and indirect. You have licensing programs, you can have an agreement, you can have patents, trademarks, you can have a franchisee, or you can have some subsidiary, and the king of all is FDI. Even before going into the trends of international business, I would like to quote few points from the past, present, and future of IB, that is international business. How was the past? Anybody, if you ask, we need to go to the past and see how it was. It was like even before the nation started, some of the nations which have been formed, IB has been into existence. Trading activities were there. What about the World War II, which brought so much of changes? And the FDI, the modern MNCs, the MNEs which emerged after the 19th century. The three institutions which have IMF, and that of the IBRD, and that of GATT and WTO, which has got a number of options to enter into the international market. I would like to quote a small example for even before nation started. The first point, which I keep as an important point, is there is a village called Chettinad in Tamil Nadu, where people used to do a lot of businesses with Sri Lanka and that of the Burma, even before maybe the 17th century. So there comes the trading activities. So even before some of the bigger nations or bigger worlds, which we have now these days called as international business, trading has been happening. Now in the present stage, what is happening is you do have a direct and indirect impact on local, national, and global economic system. As somebody coined exactly that, it has got a lot of impact on the economic activities, impressions, and the flow of the people, the technology, the travel expenditures, and the licensing. All this has got enormous impact on the IB's processing. So what are the characteristics of IB? I would like to give a key point over here is international business touches every aspect of our life. I think you all will agree with that, because it is not just a business, or it is not just a product. We are going to use it. When humans are involved in it, it is going to touch our lives. And every aspect of it is surrounded by a cornucopia of desired products, because in marketing, we say the needs, wants, and desires. All these three are different, and yet to satisfy these three categories is so difficult that products say everywhere you get one another product or the other when we are talking about a single product. Then compare with the other product. Then compare with the domestic and that of the transnational products. You have the arena of products. So it has got a pervasive characteristics. It is ubiquitous in nature, yet it has got positive and negative challenges with it. So if you have to understand the evolution of international business, it has come in such a manner that it was international trade, then it became international marketing, and then it is now the IB, the international business. This is how it has evolved. So it is more than a commercial activity. So what it is more than a commercial activity? It is an activity. It is quite interesting to know that I have just mentioned the term activity. It is something I can relate it to the moms of our family, wherein we say that I'm a working woman and she is a housewife. What does it mean is a working woman works from 9 to 5 and a mom works round the clock 24 hours in a day, and then the whole year she keeps working for all the, it is something like that. IB is something like a mom of the family, which has got a number of activities to do. It explores all the individual enterprises, even if it is a business, even if it is a transaction, even if it is an enterprise or a commercial activity, it comes into the point of the IB itself. So it incorporates a number of business environment. As somebody quoted, the first speaker quoted on the environment, it is also called as micro and macro environment. So we need to consider all the factors which comes under the micro and that of the macro environment, wherein in the micro, you have the customers, you have the stakeholders, you have the people who are working, all the marketing strategy. And in the external environment, you will have the social, the cultural, the technological, the political factors which has to be taken into consideration. So what are the new business trends which we have? Everybody has told all the points, but now I have a question for the audience, which in this would come in as a top point for according to your choice. Either it is a digital transformation, or it is sustainability, or new technical adoption, or marketing and finance, or sources of funds, online education, work from home, big data, the earlier speaker spoke about big data, cyber security, or the social media influence or entrepreneurship. Everybody will have their own choice. But in the forthcoming slides, I'll give you one more point, which is on the top. So how do we go about it? How do we take IB? If one has to go on an international arena, how do we take about it? The move would be growing on the emerging markets. So what is this emerging market is? From that of the developed and that of the developing countries, we just have a narrow gap now. There isn't much gap. So acquire that gap wherein there is an opportunity to grow business in these emerging markets. So what has the government done is they have created BRICS and MENT, which consists of the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and that of Mexico, Indonesia, Nigeria, and Turkey, respectively. So one has to concentrate on the rules and regulations of BRICS and MENT to get into the emerging market. I'd like to give a small example. One of the designers in Lucknow, two people I know, wherein they were working inside Lucknow and now they are exporting their clothes to Turkey. Isn't that interesting? Because they have got projects from there and they are doing a lot of those handcrafted work and they are supplying it to Turkey. And the other one, you'll be astonished to hear that she has got a basic venture of 3,500 rupees 10 or 15 years before. And now she's earning a crore, more than a crore every month, by just supplying lace, the lace which we fit in. So those laces, she's earning crores. So that's the kind of impact international business has. But yet Mint has got some sustainable smaller economies of scale, but yet that is also has got its own power. Then most important move which we need to understand is population and that of the demographic shift. I think everybody will agree with the point of the demographic shift, because as somebody said, we need to understand the language and the people. But how do you understand the people is only through the segment of demography when you understand that. If you're catering to the well-off pensioners, then one should target the developed countries. If you're catering to the youth family, they should target on the Latin America or Africa, Far Eastern countries. Expertise to innovate. Okay, all done, you're ready for the business. But if you don't have to have the chance to innovate, or if you don't have the vigor to innovate, then it won't work. So innovation is the key. That's why India is bringing out with their entrepreneurship setup, their startups and other projects, just as our Prime Minister has initiated a lot of projects on innovations. Every school is coming out with their innovation hub and club for bringing in the young minds work towards innovation. And another most important point is more informed buyers. Whenever the buyers are more informed, we need to have the tendency to give the information more available. That's where e-commerce plays a major role. An increased business competition, emergence of clean technology. So whenever we talk about this international brands or a product, these days, one another point which comes into play is the clean technology, the environmental awareness. What has Walmart done is towards the zero waste, 100% renewable energy. You would be surprised to hear that Finland and Iceland have got 72% of hydroelectric renewable power in their countries. So we also should march towards renewable energy, which has got also a competitive advantage. Dell teaming up for plastic waste, and crowdfunding is one of the fantastic way to fund your projects. Even for individuals, it was happening. Even now, companies are coming and wearing in 4-5 people come in along and have a fund and start up their ventures. International trends in India. How has India developed itself in the international trends would be adoption of e-commerce. As I said, in the case of High Design also, they have also gone in e-commerce, and everybody, right from cloud computing to that of a freelancer, everybody is adopting e-commerce and that of digital transformation, which is the key to get into the international market with a CAGR of 35%. The gig economy, the outsourcing and that of remote work, adoption of AI and automation, data storage and analysis. Among these, you know which one is the top? The gig economy is the top, on the top of getting into the international business. And what is the importance of IB here is large scale of operations you can have, and dominated by the developed countries and that of MNCs. You have keen competition, and role of science and technology also plays a major role. And to spread the business risk, it is better that we venture into the other markets also, expand and diversify, and the optimum utilization of resources can take place through IB. And what all the other thing is, you earn a foreign exchange, optimum utilization of resources, the business risk and organizational efficiency, and that of the government support. A number of government support also we usually get when we are into the international business. So the scope of international business is also high. Whenever we look into any aspect of any subject, we need to understand the scope also. So you have a lot of foreign investments, and export and licensing and franchising is also available. There are a lot of growth opportunities, limitations to that of the domestic market. I end by saying that the international business landscape is forever changing and is going to never be static. So let's be prepared for the best in all our endeavors. Thank you.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. And exactly the point is everyone knows how to go and how to come into the businesses. So that's a great presentation by the Usha ma'am. Is Sakshi ma'am is there or not?
No,
Okay.
I don't see.
So, yeah. So Sakshi
We
ma'am
don't
is not there, and also Beena ma'am is absent today. So they will join us tomorrow. So Akash sir, are you there?
Thank you, ma'am. But please continue at the end. So
Okay.
I request, sorry, I personally thank you all moderators, Ayushi ma'am, and all the speakers. Thank you, wonderful sessions.
Yes. It was really a wonderful session. Amazing. I can say amazing woman today, really amazing businesswoman, and all speakers were great. Each one was great, and today sharing this about this important topic about the international business trends. I think that you don't need to work in economics or anywhere. You need today. You need to have this kind of literacy. It's very important. It is very important to be today literacy, digital literacy, finance literacy, all if you want to be a person who is in business, for anyone business today. So to follow the trends today we see from our Professor Huma, from our Dr. Usha. So each one part was really filled with another, and today we have a big, I can say a big circle, big picture about the situation and what is happening and what are the solutions and what we really need to do if we want today economic growth.
So that is all the business and evolution in the business trends. Thank you, Nada ma'am, to contribute with us. And thank you all the peoples and all the speakers and our audience for bear with us to do this long. And we will surely do the things. And these things are very important for us, which our speakers told us. So we will write back in our next session, which we held same time, same Zoom platform tomorrow. So we have 6 and 5 to 6 speaker for the next day also. So thank you everyone. Thank you ABCD International, and thank you Akash sir. Thank you Manjusha ma'am. Thank you.
It was really wonderful listening you all. Usha ma'am, I was listening you. Nada ma'am, I was listening you. It was really wonderful. You were really great. Means when we were hurting them, we actually came to know actually what we are missing at. So if we actually try to implement the things now, it will slowly and gradually take up to what we exactly want. Business is easy, but not so easy. So with the tips and tricks only, we can just come forward, and yes, we are actually evaluating, and then we can come up with the new inventions and whatever you told. It will definitely be implemented. If implemented properly, we may be able to get success soon. So thank you once again. I also, on behalf of ABCD International as a brand ambassador and a moderator also, would give you a great thanks for being with us, for being in like a wonderful speaker, I would say. I was stunned when I was listening you, the techniques you were sharing with us. So thank you once again and hope we'll meet soon in the coming days. Thank you so much. Be with us tomorrow also if it is possible.
Yeah.
If you take out time now. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
if I only can say one thing, Dr. Usha asked us what we will want to implement. She show us she show us new business trends, and she show us digital transformation, big data, cybersecurity, new tech, sustainability, entrepreneurship, and she asked us which one will we choose, or which one will we work. We today really need to follow all these business trends and implement it in the work. So each one is very important. Marketing, finance, without promoting, without finance, new technology, sustainability, cloud and computing, cybersecurity. So Dr. Usha, I think that we need all of this, what you gave us today and show.
Yes, actually, what I meant is all these are important. What is more important to your business? Because I'm in the gig economy. So what is more important to me, I need to look into, and how does this industry work? So that is what I felt, because the gig is on the top. We might feel that digital transformation is on the top, or funding is, the gig is on the top, wherein you can have
what you say, working
example
from
is
home.
The biggest example is today's summit, right? We all are from different places.
Yes.
That's the best example which I can give for gig economy. Yeah.
Yes, and this working from home, many people are working from home. Yes.
People are not coming. People in India, people are not returning to work. The office is asking them to return to work, but not all are going. They want that hybrid model. They want to stay at work from home only.
Yes, in my country, all people are working. All, we are all at the work. No one is working from home.
Okay.
In Europe.
That cultural shift is there. That cultural shift is there.
Here in India, all the IT workers don't want to go office because they very likely to the hybrid one.
Yes.
Mostly
Listen,
the IT persons.
Today we really like to work from the comfort of the home. That is our metaverse and technology. But we need to move. If we don't move, relax for our health.
They just want to wear their pajamas and do the work, right?
We have been growing up with this. Indians would say we are growing up with this attitude of, if we can work from home, why to waste fuel, why to waste energy, why to go out and work. This is the main actually the thing which is coming. And people are, of course, I heard read today only a message conveying that people, what they are doing, they are actually working online and they are joining other companies also. So this is actually bringing a bad name to the persons, I would say, the work ethics. So it is attitude which we should follow. So let's avoid these all things. And before we conclude, Ayushi ma'am, can we ask everybody to take out the video? Turn on the
photo.
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Big cheers for all the speakers over here and we the audience too.
Manusha, please, camera.
Yeah, kindly turn on the camera so that we can take a pic, so that actually we'll have a glimpse of the session, what we had today, the eminent speakers with us. So can we have it all?
No. Rakash.
All the cameras turned on. I think still two are there. Manjusha ma'am. Then Manjusha ma'am is off. And then SJ. I don't know who has joined with SJ.
Yes.
Fine. So I now we can just take out the screenshot. Are you going to take, or I shall do it? Ayushi ma'am, will you be doing it?
Ma'am, you can do it. I'm joining by my phone.
Okay. So
I make it. Thank
you.
Okay, ma'am. With smile on our faces and cheers for the speakers. Wonderful listening, really. Thumbs up.
I make it. So I will send in the group. Yes.
Nice to see you all. Wonderful session.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you all.
Let's all keep in touch.
Yeah, so
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
bye.
Good
Bye.
night, everybody. Good night. Thank you for